Hello guys, today we'll be looking at the laws of indices. So what are the laws of indices? The first one is the multiplication law, which says that if I have x to the power of a multiplied by x to the power of b, this is going to give us x to the power of a plus b. So what do we mean by this? If I have 5 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of 3, this is the same as 5 to the power of 2, as we know before, is 5 times 5. And 5 to the power of 3 is the same as 5 times 5 times 5. So altogether, what do we have? We have 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is equals to 5 to the power of 5. The second rule is the division rule. If I have x to the power of a divided by x to the power of b, this will be the same as x to the power of a minus b. The same thing is true if I have 7 to the power of 8 divided by 7 to the power of 3. This will be the same as 7 to the power of 8 minus 3, which is equals to 7 to the power of 5. The third rule, if I have x to the power of 0, this is equals to 1, but x itself must not be equals to 0. So why is that? You agree with me that, for example, if I have x to the power of 0, this is the same as x to the power of 5 minus 5. So from the division rule, this is the same thing, and x to the power of 5, this is the same thing as x to the power of 5 divided by x to the power of 5, and that will be equals to 1, as they cancel each other out. So to the power of 0 simply means dividing whatever you have by itself. So if I have 8 to the power of 0 is the same as 8 divided by 8, which is equals to 1. Rule number 4. If I have x to the power of a, let me introduce a constant k, then in brackets to the power of b. This is going to be the constant to the power of b, then x to the power of a times b. So for example, if I have 2x to the power of 3, all in bracket to the power of 4, this will be the same thing as 2 to the power of 4, then multiply by x to the power of 3 times 4. And this is going to give us 16x to the power of 12. Rule number 5. If I have x to the power of negative a, this is the same thing as x to the power of 0 minus a, and you agree with me that this is the same thing as x to the power of 0 divided by x to the power of a, which is equals to 1 over x to the power of a. So in short, when you have a negative indices, x to the power of minus a is 1 over x to the power of a. So for example, if I have 7 to the power of negative 2, that will be equals to 1 over 7 to the power of 2, which is equals to 1 over 49. So just an extension. If you have 2 over 3 to the power of negative 2, just for example, you have a fraction to the power of a negative indices, this is going to be equals to 3 over 2 to the power of 2, which is equals to 9 over 4. Now, how is that possible? This is the same as 2 to the power of negative 2 over 3 to the power of negative 2. And this is equals to 2 to the power of negative 2 to the power of negative 2 times 1 over 3 to the power of negative 2. And this is equals to 1 all over 2 to the power of 2 times, now this is going to be 3 to the power of negative, then negative 2. As we know that 1 over x is equals to x to the power of negative 1. So, and this becomes 1 all over 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2, because minus times minus is plus. and that becomes 9 over 4. Rule number 6. If I have x to the power of 1 over n, this is equals to n root x. Now don't be mistaken, this is not division, this is roots. So for example, if I have 9 to the power of 1 over 2, this is the same thing as square root of 9, which is equals to 3. If I have 27 to the power of 1 over 3, this will be the third root of 27, which is equals to 3. Rule number 7. If I have x to the power of b over n, this will be n root x, then all to the power of b. So for example, if I have 8 to the power of 2 over 3, this will be the same thing as the third root of 8, then all to the power of 2. As we know, the third root of 8 is 2, then 2 to the power of 2 is going to be 4. Another example, if I have 125 to the power of 2 over 3, this will be the third root of 125 to the power of 2, and that will be equals to 5 squared, which is equals to 25. Another example, if I have 8 to the power of 4 over 3, this will be the same thing as the third root of 8, then to the power of 4, which is equals to 2 to the power of 4, which is equals to 16. I hope that is clear. So these are the major rules of indices. The rest are combination of 2 or more of the rules. For example, in rule number 8, I can combine 2 rules of x to the power of 1 over n, and I combine the negative indices with it, so that would give us 1 over n root x. So for example, if I have 9 to the power of negative 1 over 2, that would be 1 over the square root of 9, which is equals to 1 over 3. Rule number 9, if I have x to the power of negative b over n, that would be 1 over n root x, all to the power of b. For example, if I have 25 to the power of negative 3 over 2, this will be equals to 1 all over the square root of 25 all to the power of 3, and that will be equals to 1 all over 5 cubed, which is equals to 1 over 125. So let me hope this all makes sense. If you have any question, you can write to me through the comment section. So let's solve the following question. You can pause this video for a moment and try this question before you look at the solution. Alright, the first one is simplify. M to the power of 3 times m to the power of 6. As we know, this is adding up the powers. That will be m to the power of 3 plus 6, which is m to the power of 9. So division rule simply means subtracting the powers. So that will be p to the power of 8 minus 2, which is equals to p to the power of 6. As we know, everything in the bracket takes the power. So this becomes 2 to the power of 4 times n to the power of 3 times 4. So 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So that will be n, 16n to the power of 12. So this will be m to the power of 13. N to the power of 0 is 1. Then this means the square root. So that would be the square root of 16. Then y to the power of 6 times half, which is equals to 4y to the power of 3. This will be m to the power of 2. Now this will be 5 times 1 because there's a 1 here that we can see. So that will be 5. Then for the x's, we add up the powers. So that will be x to the power of 6. And y has an invisible one as well. So that will be y to the power of 4. So pause this video and attempt the questions. So the first one, that will be a to the power of 9. So 45 divided by 5 is 9. Then e to the power of 6 divided by e is going to be e to the power of 5. And that will be f to the power of 6. Then this will be the square root of 9, which is 3. This would be pause this video and attempt it first. Alright, so this would be m to the power of 6. This would be y to the power of 2. This would be m to the power of 15. This would be p to the power of 9. Now this would be 3 times 2, which is 6q to the power of 4 plus 5, which is 9, divided by q to the power of 3. And that would give us 6q to the power of 6. And this would be 2 to the power of 5 times x to the power of 5 times y to the power of 3 times 5, which is equals to 32 x to the power of 5 y to the power of 15. So 15 divided by 3, that gives us 5, and y to the power of 6 divided by y squared will be y to the power of 4. 7 times 3, that is 21. Then w times w to the power of 3, that will be w to the power of 4. And x squared times x, that will be x to the power of 3. So they both have an invisible one. 2 squared in brackets to the power of 3, that will be 2 to the power of 2 times 3, which is equals to 2 to the power of 6. This is the same thing as the square root of 3 squared, which is square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is square root of 9, which is equals to 3. This will be the same thing as square root of 2 to the power of 4 is going to be 2 to the power of 2 times 3, which is equals to 12. This will be the same thing as 1 over 4 to the power of 2, which is 1 over 16. This will be the square root of 49, which is equals to 7. This will be x to the power of 4. This will be y to the power of 12. This would be 5ab to the power of 4. Now this is going to be 7 to the power of 5 plus 6, which is 11, equals to 7 to the power of 3 plus k. So obviously, what are we going to add to 3 to get 11? That will be 8. So k is 8. This will be p to the power of 5. This would be q to the power of 3 plus 4 plus 1 minus 2. So 3 plus 4, 7 plus 1, 8 minus 2, 6. So that's q to the power of 6. So this would be 6. It would be 1 over 9. And this is going to be 7 to the power of 5. This would be 7 to the power of 4. Because this will be 7 to the power of 2 plus 3, which is 5 divided by 7 to the power of 1. And that would be 7 to the power of 4. The reciprocal of 2 is going to be 1 over 2. 12 divided by 3, that would be 4y. Then 3 divided by 5 is negative 2, which is equals to 4 divided by y to the power of 2. 2 times 3, that will be 6. Then w cubed times w to the power of 4 will be w to the power of 7. Then x squared times x will be x to the power of 3. 4 squared is 16. Square root of 64 is 8. 2 cubed is 8 times 3, that's 24. This would be x to the power of 9. This would be p to the power of 5. This would be 12s to the power of 6, t to the power of 5. This will be q to the power of 12. This will be p to the power of 9. This will be 6q to the power of 6. How did I arrive at that? That will be 3 times 2, which is 6. Then q to the power of 4 plus 5, which is 9, divided by q to the power of 3. And we subtract these two from each other, the powers from each other, and that becomes 6q to the power of 6. So anything to the power of 0, we know that that is 1. that would be 1 over 16, because this is the same as 1 over 4 to the power of 2. And this is the same thing as square root of 16, then my answer to the power of 3, which is 4 cubed, which is 64. (64 to the power of 0), that will be 1 square root of 64, which is equals to 8, and this is the same thing as 1 over the cube root of 64 squared, which is equals to 1 over 4 squared, which is equals to 1 over 16. Let me hope this makes sense, and I'll see you in my next video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and have a good day.